Hello everyone, how you doing today? Thought I would get working on the space station some more. I did do quite a few updates to it, and it's getting close. It's getting close. I got a couple more things to work out. Actually, before I jump in, let me just show you what I did change a little bit, and I might dress this up a little bit. But I removed a bunch of the solar panels. Actually, I took the solar panels off two sides of the base right now, which is only leaving 12. Um, I know you can go to 15 in vanilla, but I'll think about other places. But there's only three left, and three just doesn't work really on anything. So it's kind of a weird scenario with that. So I might just leave it at 12. I have thought about possibly adding room for solar panels in some of these extensions. That come out. So you could actually probably pop some in here. Um, I'll work on that a little bit. But anyway, what I wanted to show you is the inside on where it's at right now. So I've got most of the this big hangar area textured in things. I still plan on doing a little bit more with these bottom walls. I've been kind of working on this section a little bit. Got the elevators in. I changed the elevators going down, so they kind of there's stairs, and then it goes down into one of those, so it kind of doesn't disrupt the landing deck as much. Added another place over here. This is kind of like a little I don't know, restaurant or something like that. Up in the side here. What I do like about the structure of this thing, though, is all these places have like this overlook over the hangar. So even if there's not a lot going on in here, it's just the general view that you're getting from everything else that's in the base. And then I've been cleaning up a lot of textures and texturing things and get a lot of the little stuff done all over the place. So it's well on its way right now. But what I wanted to do on this video is finish up the engineering area. Now I haven't done this room yet. I did tweak out this room a little bit more, gave it another round of detail. But this area was built out last time, blockworks, and putting in all the different parts and things like that. Now, one thing I am going to have to be putting in the station is Wi-Fi. I figured I'd wait till the end on that one. It's probably going to have about 6 Wi-Fi units, so I'm going to try to disperse them so it's got range around the base plus inside the base. Have to see how that works out. It should work out fine. But this was done last time, and it's pretty generic right now, and I wanted to finish up this engineering area, make it all pretty and everything. All the parts were kind of fit in here right now, so I'm pretty happy about that. But to start with, to start making this pretty, and then adjust the lights and everything else, I'm going to start pulling some parts from here so I can texture around them. So I'm gonna let's take out the shield and the gravity generator, and let me take out a couple of the generators. I think I still need to keep some generators in here to have light. But I wanted to get in and texture these areas. So this would be our gravity generator here. So I pop that on a regular floor, I think. This is kind of a walk path here too. So let's put in a couple of these and maybe one of these here. The reason for that is I can put a decal over those two areas. And let's see, color on this area. I kind of wanted a mix of orange and probably gray. So start out with painting some areas of this orange and say maybe a couple stripes there. Now I'm going to clean up some of these textures as I go, and probably replace some of them with other textures as well. Kind of hard to not get the liney thing in there when so many of these will natively kind of screw up for that. Maybe, you know, get in a couple of these kind of things too. Oh. So just trying to get rid of all the ones that are funky, and then paint the rest like that. Okay, so now we got this nice orange stripe here. Except I don't think I want the orange stripe on this area. We're going to go with a medium gray, I think. And do something like that. And yeah, let's just keep this gray all the way up on this side here. Try to get some lines in there. Okay, and maybe something on the bottom there. Okay. Alright, so here, I guess I can leave that. That looks alright there. Let's get rid of this over here. And that. I can probably leave. Get rid of that. Alright, so now on decals. So, okay, so we got color off. Let's put in something that's round. There's not too many options here, but the gravity generator would sit right on top of that. So that kind of marks it off pretty good that there's a gravity generator there. And then I figured some lines over these lights over here. So that kind of fits the bill. Alright, so back into textures. Let's do something with this area here. Maybe a couple of those, and kind of want to get some orange lights and stuff in the area, so get a couple of those there. Not that you'll ever see this side over here, but I will darken that up as well. Alright. So that looks a little bit better. Probably ought to get some kind of vent or something above that. We'll also paint that dark. And this piece here could be flat. These probably ought to be the same, but I'm going to put in this that cabinet texture to get that little rivet edge on both of those. I think that kind of looks nice. A little option for some extra detail there. Alright, so some pipes. What texture to run on the pipes? Sometimes I do this. Here, let me turn on the light here too. Sorry about that. I'm glad there's some light in the room at least, but and that'll work. Here, let's do the other side while we're at it here. This is a fairly standard texture combination I use for pipes. Alright, and those should be dark as well. Okay, so this area's starting to look a little bit better. Let's texture these core blocks here. Now, regardless of the extra core blocks, these four will be in the base to start with. It looks like you just walk right on, so in this case I think I'll leave the core a different color or keep it gray like the rest of it. Okay, so now the side pieces. Let's try to get in a little bit of lights here. Actually, no, you know what? This should be orange. This really should be orange here. I think that would work out pretty good. Whoops. Alright. And on the insides here, let's go with dark and some of these vents that'll kind of scroll along here, okay? Make a straight line essentially is what I was looking for. And let's see, bottom, this is where the generators are sitting, so let's do something like that on top and bottom. Let me get rid of one more generator here. And we got more pipes here too. Okay, so let's use a different texture for these pipe pieces there, at least. And we'll texture these up. And put like an in spot on here. And the this ought to be colored the same back there. And same thing with the vent. Okay, so we got this line of gray there. Oh, now let's get a little bit more orange in here. Actually, this should be orange there, right across. Oops. Do I have more vents? Here, I'm gonna slap a generator in another room here a minute so we got power. So we can pull this one out. Just in the way. Alright. I could turn on symmetry, but it's a pain in the butt working this close with the symmetry line in your face. So I typically don't like to. Oops. Alright, so we're getting some pipe detail in there. So let's get some more gray going here. Now this other core will probably be removed. The ones that are back there, stock for vanilla users. Oops. That's right, this should be those. Alright, so we're looking a little bit better. Let's try to get some other kind of orange light in these areas, maybe on the sides. Like that. Alright, some more gray. And blot out some of the lines. Quite a bit, I guess. All I want to do, the lines to do, is to kind of look right so they line up. That one is kind of acceptable right there. Alright. So this is pretty much how I texture like all interior areas. Usually the first thing is to come up with a plan, lay out all the parts, things like that. And after that, it's kind of going through each area and trying to make it pretty. And so, I actually kind of like the line on this one. Look at that. It kind of like works. Either way. Once in a while. Okay, so all those are textured down there. Alright, let's get more of these dark vents on this side here. Okay, looks like all those are done. Alright. I almost put the generators back in. So I think we're going to have some more orange up here though. You know what I don't like? This block. This block here. There's this angle on the top and there's not an angle on... Oh, and it's just on this side too. So you know what? Let's fix that. Let's put in the block that's supposed to go there. Which I think is this one. I did that out of steel because it's on the hull edge. Okay, so that lines up a little better there. Let's texture these up. Alright, so we got 2 rows of that. Let's make this bottom row here a darker shade. Just to add a little bit of something to it. generator spot. Okay, shield. Let's do the flooring for that. Thinking I'm gonna do similar to the standard of everything else that's happening here. We'll go something like that. The center, we got no roof to texture on it. And then with the decals, we can put some lines in here. And every time I go to symbols with using the same tool, I usually zap out the color. Otherwise, it'll like repaint your color, which kind of sucks. There is a bug with this though, and that is if you want to remove a decal. Like for instance, even though I got this set to no color, right? If I go here to remove the decal, it changes the color back to whatever stock default color it is. So that's been kind of an ongoing problem. Yeah, it's not a big deal at all, but just something. Alright, so let's get something else in these areas. Maybe a couple more lights. How about a vent back here? And you know what? I think I'd rather have that smooth anyway. Probably the same with that one there. Okay, so those two areas are kind of set. Still examining on what more can be done here. I'd like to get some more textures in, so let's add some vents over by where the generators would go. Alright, so now the ceiling. I kind of want to mix it. Kind of want it to be partially black, partially orange. But this row here, let's do this row dark. And get a couple of those over it. Some vents in the corners. Kind of go around that whole layer. Make sure everything's colored accordingly. You know what, on the top here should also probably be orange. Oops. It's a lot of orange so far, but hopefully it will start looking right. A double layer of orange. That works. Whatever. Okay, let's change a couple of the fuel tanks on that side to match. This side over here is a bit different, but this should be orange behind here. Okay. Now, the two-tone ceiling here. What can I paint? What color? So, ooh, that's not going to work at all, is it? Why is that off like that? It kind of works. Let's do this dark. We'll add like some kind of like roofing thing. Oh, that's the same texture as what I got right there. Don't want to use the same texture too much in the same area. So how about mix it up? Put in a couple of those. Let's try a couple of these other things. This is one of the other textures that kind of lines up on a crease like that. Maybe add in, how about a different light up here? How about a light like that? That. Paint those in. Try to see how the seams look. Okay, so we got a dab of orange mixed with dark up top. How about a couple big vents there? Supposed to look all technical in here. And those set up inside of here. A couple of those. And this looks pretty funky if I do any texture on it. Well, you know, in this case, maybe. I think I'd rather have it textured. Okay, so then we got this seam over here. Now, so that should probably be just. How about we'll go back to gray here? So, or the silver gray around the edge. Sometimes I'm turning these to get the lines to go the other way. Okay, so that matches that a little bit better. Let's do dark here though. Kind of black this area out a bit. I know this could go faster with symmetry, but man, I have a problem with that green symmetry line in tight areas. So it's like I rather like do things twice as opposed to use that because it's just kind of usually in the way. When it's a distance away, I don't mind it so bad, but okay. A lot of this stuff you won't see anyway, but you know. Okay, so now we got this trim up here. Maybe put in just a couple of those and black out the rest. It's a little tricky working around with all the parts sometimes too, for sure. Get all those on this side, alright. That side and that side. Okay, so that should do it there. It's getting there. Alright. Let's go with some of these in these corner spots here too. Trim line. And let's just fill this in with something on the sides. Ooh. Alright, so that covers the top too, so we're gonna have to just kind of black that out. Except for that side. One of those. Okay. Worked out pretty good on the other side. Oh, that's all part of the light there. Can't texture that. Okay, so that part's in. Managed to not have to remove too many parts out of here. Oh yeah, there's some, no, that's silver. Okay, we already got doors and glass in these areas here. Let's get a little footpath thing going on the sides. And let's put something in the middle there. Alright, so decals again. We can do some more with decals. So what I'm going to do is use this round little X thing, and we're going to put some on some of these edges here. And maybe some back over there as well. Okay, can't put them there. Generator spot, let's put in something different there. Suppose I don't need to do that, but might work out alright for this. Okay, let's just make sure they're all facing the right way. That should be whatever. I don't think that'll make a difference. Alright. Whatever. Alright, so we've got that part mostly in. Oh, this actually doesn't line up to that, does it? Another little block problem here. Okay, let's try to fix that up. It looks like I just replaced the... Ooh, I don't want to use steel here. Okay, so let's just take that, put it in full block so our parts line up. Let's give this a little bit of a couple more texture lights. And maybe a couple more of those. And something on the bottom that lines up. Ooh. Don't have those textured. Okay, so silver in the middle. Actually, I kind of like that silver stripe a little bit better there. Oh, I got different stuff going on everywhere here. Let's make sure we're the same. Okay. Alright, so more decals. Another area that decals will line up, if you even see them though, as we could put a line around the edges there. Like that. I don't think we can do it on the center. Okay, shield. You know, this should probably say S. Shield. Well, it's going to come with gravity, so I'm not so worried about that. It's not going to come with a shield, though, so that should be marked. Alright. Okay, so the next part here, let me turn off my regular flashlight and see what we're looking like. Not too shabby. The lighting. Now, this is just rocking, I think, one light for this whole room, but it's a big light. Yeah, with a 145 spotlight angle and the max length, which actually works for this. We could play with this a little bit though. Let's drop it down to 130 and see what we look like. As long as it stays lit. I don't mind the idea of using one light in here though, because that's just going to keep the cost down. And you know, something else we can add up here. Let's go back to decals. Let's put in a couple little thingy-mabobbers. just for the heck of it. I don't think there's any kind of decal I can do on these angled blocks that works at all. Alright, so let's put some generators back in place, and I think the generators should be faced like that. And we'll keep those dark as well. And gravity generator. Pop you back in place. Paint you dark. Oh, shield. I might as well fit the shield back in for now. I'm just throwing in an advance, but this is going to be one of those optional pieces here. Don't really need a shield if nothing's going to shoot you, depending on where you spawn the base at. Alright, and let's see. Let's take another look. I want to make sure that this has oxygen. And we do have oxygen. All right. So last, let's grab a sensor. Set up lighting or motion lights. So motion sensor. I've got some room. Just looking for a nice flat area. I could put this somewhere in the center of the room. That should work just fine. Paint that. Let's name it. Call you Engineering Lights. Okay, and then we'll set the range. Okay, down one. Okay, out two. Let's have it light up when you get down the hallways. Oops. Okay, so now that light should be, or the range should be within that elevator. Let's set the other walls. Say 8 or 2. 2 to there. And then 8 to that range there. Pretty simple. And then let's just go to this light, hit P on it, and set it to Engineering Lights. And now, when we get out of range, they shut off. But if you're in the elevator, coming down, they will light up, and then you can kind of see through that. Speaking of that, let's make it the visibility better here. Changing the glass tint from the elevator looking in. Alright, so what else could this use if we're going to add a little bit more to it? Go back over to decals. I'm going to try one more thing that I'm just trying to obviously get something to look nice in here, but I don't think what I'm doing here is going to work. But I thought I'd give it a try. Yeah, that's the thing. You can't line up like one block decal to another. However, yeah, there we go with the colors getting yanked. How does that look if that actually was gray? I don't mind that either. A little bit more tonal difference, I guess. Kind of following that there. Alright, so with the decals, we could do that. We can turn it. But that's about all you'd be able to do with this. Could try something like that. Oops. Got a little something there. Alright, well, I think that would just about do it in here. We got kind of that orange, gray, a little bit of darker gray combination. All the parts are placed. The only thing I didn't look at yet is the core blocks, which are out over here. So that is something that's need to do here a second. And let's put in, okay, so this one is an extend, and this is going to go being vanilla. Alright, and lines like that on the two sides. And let's get some orange here. Okay, so then what goes here? Okay, so we had 4 advanced cores, so this is set up to fit. Oh, we did have some more. We had a basic on this side. Oh yeah, we do have more cores on this side. Ooh, I forgot about that. Yes, they're the improved cores. Okay, so that in, do the same thing. That's a basic core there too, okay. And we'll, oops, get some orange. Okay, so we need to label all these now. Oh, and I got the area below the floor on this, on the two sides too. I didn't even see that. All right. Well, anyway, back to decals. Let's call both of these improved cores. So we'll do a IC. Just trying to keep it the same as what I've been calling them on all the others. Okay, 2 improved cores. Now we need a AC advanced core, and the basic I actually got chilling out over here, which I'm actually, but I got a slot for it over here. Well, let's leave the basic there, and let's give this, let's put in a Q. Q would be quantum, just in case a player decides for some reason needs more CPU on the base than what it's got. They could do that. It's also gonna have to remove this as well. Put the floors, paint that, texture that. This is gonna be kind of rough here. Okay, so I've been using B for basic, so I probably ought to do that again here. Technically should be BC, but it's usually only 1 block, so that doesn't fit. So let's put it on this side though, so it doesn't interfere with that. Otherwise you see a CB and you're not sure what that means. Alright, below the floor. What to do here? I almost kind of want to put a little bit of extra protection here though. So let's dump in a couple steel blocks. Let's try to find something that looks interesting though. Something that we could look at through the floor. If I can, oh, I can't even fit. I can't fit a block there because of that vent. Never mind. That isn't gonna work. Let's just texture this up. Let's give it something neater though. Maybe a couple lights down there in orange, and we'll just kind of black this side stuff out. Maybe go around like that. Paint a little bit behind the walls, under the floor. Put some kind of orange thing below the core. Yeah, I know you just don't see this stuff, but I don't know. I like it done anyway. Once in a while, there's like a little crease or something that you could see through one area, and then if you see this, you know, just unfinished stuff on the inside, you can kind of see it. All right, so looking through that, looks like that. I'm gonna paint these, believe it or not, white, so they're just a little bit lighter toned. And there you go. Engineering, skinned and textured, and all the parts in place. Yeah. Well, that's kind of what I wanted to show today. The typical process that I do to do the rooms, and a good chunk of the work is actually the layout. After you get that done, um, just try to find like a combination of colors and textures kind of mixed with lighting. Now this room's got pretty simple lighting in it. I don't mind the fact that it's only got one light in this case because that's going to reduce size class and things like that. And since it's an easy room to light, being not too large and kind of very symmetrical, not so bad with a single light. But all right, so engineering is complete. Let's get rid of this generator again. And yeah, just another step done on it. So basically, what's left on this thing is obviously further tweaking. But I've got this room now, and this is a this is supposed to be the lounge. But I kind of added a lounge over here because these areas over here are just really out of the way, and I didn't know what else to do up here. In fact, I mean, the corners on the other sides are pretty. I don't got much going on here at all in the other corners. Over here especially, there's kind of a big open space. I kind of wanted to add some more storage, but the windows are just totally in the way. But maybe I can pull off something over here. I don't know. It could be, whatever I do is going to be kind of asymmetrical, but I want to do something in this corner yet. On the top of this, I did kind of retexture that. I still want to make some changes here on the center area. I did fix up a lot of the texture blenders that were on the sides as well. So it's getting there. Now I've got one major problem I haven't mentioned yet, and this one's going to be a doozy. I just know it. I hope it's not a doozy. I hope it goes quick. But I don't have O2 in the main hangar. I've got an O2 ventilator here, but it's not working. So somewhere I have got a hole, and I tried the tools. I have not been able to find the hole in here. And also on the name, I don't know if that's going to be the name of this. I was just kind of like, I kind of want to, being a station, I've done this I think with the other stations. I did put in like a name on the inside of it, and I just wanted to slap something in there, and this was first thing that came to mind, but I haven't really thought about the name much. So if you guys got any cool names for like a space station like this, it doesn't have to the name doesn't have to have anything to do with modules necessarily, even though it's kind of about modules and storage and farming. And another thing I'm going to do is get in some grow light switches, levers, somewhere over here for each one of the rows. And I was actually wrong. Last time I said there was five rows. There's actually 6 in here. So 6 times 27 is the amount of farm plots you can dump in here. But yeah, other than that, I think I'll just stop here, and probably have another update in a day or two. And then Friday, I plan on doing another look at the workshop and see what creations you can find this time to check out. Anyway, you all have yourself a good day. Hope you enjoyed this. Hope you understand the methods that I do to typically do each room, and it's kind of fun. Honestly, if you do one room at a time, sometimes rather than trying to mass do a bunch of areas, it goes better because you're kind of excited to look at it when it's all set and you get that mindset, and it's not so tedious because you just kind of like do one thing, and this is like your whole focus. It's like I want to make this one room look as nice as I can, and then texture it and color it, light it, and all that fun stuff. So like this here, I can just say that, yeah, I think short of maybe adding LCDs, which I haven't done. Oh, you know what I also haven't put in here is any little doodads. Oh, I better put in some little engineering doodad thingies. Put a thing over there, a little shield monitor, and how about a different thingy over here. Looking at the gravity. And maybe a couple displays up on the ceiling or something. Forgot about that. This is just one of those things. If I even have any blocks I can mount stuff on the ceiling with. Yeah, actually, how about... Well, could just put one in there. That'll work. There. It just adds a little bit more. Get the detail up a little bit. All right. All right. I'll stop the video now. You all have yourself a good day. I'll see you later.